Hey, what's up, guys? Chris here, back with another tea talk. So about 2 weeks ago, I had surgery on my foot, and I'm stuck in my house for a little while. So, going a little stir crazy. So I thought I would do another episode of Chrissy Tea Talks for you. So a couple days ago, I got a big order in from Japan. It was my 2026 Shincha order from Yunomi Teas. So Shincha, as I have talked about on here before, is the first flush or the first picking of the year for tea. And it's considered like the best time of the year for tea. So I have an interesting one here for you today. It comes from a island in the south of Japan called Tanegashima, and it's considered Kagoshima Prefecture, and it's off of the mainland of Kagoshima on the island of Kyushu in southern Japan. It's very near to Yakushima, which I believe I did another episode on here about Yakushima tea. And Tanegashima has been in Japanese history for a very long time. It established ties to Japan in the kind of legendary part of Japanese history, where we're not sure where if certain emperors or empresses were real, but so going back at least a couple thousand years, but moving forward, it's also important in kind of medieval and modern Japanese history, because it's where the Portuguese traders in 1543 introduced firearms to Japan. So they introduced matchlock rifles to the samurai living on the island of Tanegashima. And they were very, very popular, these rifles, in the Sengoku period, the Warring States period. Oda Nobunaga, considered the unifier of Japan, liked these rifles a lot, and even used them in his attempted conquest of Korea in the late 1500s. And they were used by both the samurai and their ashigaru, their foot soldiers, who were sometimes, or most of the time, kind of peasants who were conscripted into the local warlord's army, and they were trained on these rifles. And these rifles were so popular that they actually just called them Tanegashima. They were named after the island. And use of these rifles continued pretty much up until the end of the Edo period, so the late 1800s. But really, like, their actual wartime use ended at the siege of Osaka in 1615, when Tokugawa Ieyasu defeated Toyotomi Hideyoshi's son and destroyed the Toyotomi clan. And then after that, it was essentially 250 years of relative peace. So there was really no need for weapons or guns. The sword became the preferred method of protection and, I guess, discipline, if you want to call it that. But as for the tea, it's a single cultivar from Tanegashima called Kuritawase, and it's named for its founder or originator, Kurata Mosaburo. So Kurita was a Shizuoka man who moved to Tanegashima in 1909, and he brought some tea seeds from Shizuoka with him to the island. And over the years, he planted them, and he picked his best plant in 1927 with the help of the creator of the Yabukita cultivar, Sugiyama Hiko Saburo. So I did a couple tea tastings last year that focused on the Yabukita cultivar. So if you came to those, you might be familiar with Sugiyama. And production of the Kuritawase continued in the 1900s, and eventually in the 1960s it was spread throughout the country and throughout the kind of Kagoshima area. And it's known for having a very good quality tea taste, but it produces a small yield, so not a lot of it is able to be produced. And it has a yellow liqueur, as you can see, so a yellow liquid, yellowish liquid with kind of a milky aroma, so that tracks. And it's less astringent than other types of green tea. So let's give it a taste. Yeah, excellent. Definitely a good pick for today. And so I hope you enjoyed this episode of Chrissy Tea Talks. I want to start doing more of them while I'm home and not doing anything. So you might see more episodes come out in the next couple days and weeks, hopefully. So yeah, take care. Have a great day.